Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello, everybody, and this is Terry Palma, host for Business Innovator Radio Network. On today's episode, we've got a very interesting show for you. A dear friend of mine, a longtime friend, Mark Dahlin. Mark and I met in Santa Monica at St. Monica's. He was a swimmer in high school, and I was the swim coach. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Terry. It's been a long time since we've talked.
Yes, it's and I'm glad we caught up. Well, I understand you've got something kind of crazy idea that you have planned. So what I understand is you're going to swim, not alone, but you're going to swim the Catalina Channel. Is that correct?
Yes. The big idea for us might sound kind of crazy because when we swam for you, that was, I don't know, Terry, like 100 years ago, maybe. And now we're a bunch of old guys, and this is fulfillment of a dream.
Really, really. Now, if you're saying you're old and you were a student, I was a teacher, that's making me ancient there, Mark. So
yeah, I got to apologize for that.
No, that's fine. Tell me a little bit about this dream that you have.
Well, again, back at St. Monica's, me and a buddy, James Moore, were kind of talking to ourselves, said something stupid like, hey, well, we're in our 60s. Why don't we do a swim to Catalina? And like a dummy, I remembered that a couple years ago.
So you said that's a little crazy, but if I remember right, it's a little bit too tame of a word. Isn't it a little dangerous to do that?
Yes, the Catalina Channel swim is interesting because it's part of a group of channel swims called Ocean's 7, the 7 most difficult channel swims in the world. And, of course, there's the weather, there's the water temperature, there's swells, wind chop, shipping lane. We have literally sharks that we're concerned about, from the great whites to this uptrend in the giant basking sharks that have resurfaced. And to make it all the much more eerie and dangerous is we swim in the middle of the night.
What?
Yeah.
You're swimming at night?
Yeah.
Now, will you have guide boats, and how does this all work here?
Yeah, so it's going to be a relay, and we're going to have, right now, 7 swimmers, each swimming a couple legs. So we'll get in the water, get back out, get in the water, get back out. Swimming about 7 miles, I anticipate we'll have a kayaker next to us. We will be swimming with those neon light sticks around our wrist and neck and feet so they can find us, and an escort boat.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You just mentioned you're going to have relays, you're going to have escort boats and kayaks. So there's got to be more to this story than 2 teenagers back when they were in high school decided when they're 60 they're going to swim the Catalina Channel. So tell me more about this story and what's the underlying principle with this.
All right. Well, you're spot on there, and there is a real motivation in this swim that just transcends the dream, because I probably wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't raising money for the purpose of saving lives.
Okay, so this is a fundraiser that you're talking about. Tell me more about this fundraiser and how this swim from Catalina that you're doing with a group of 60-year-olds and above are going to help save lives.
Yeah, I think it's first a bit ironic that here we have these old guys swimming in the water to bring water to these rural villages in Africa that will literally save the lives of thousands of children who are the most vulnerable to contaminated water sources. So I figured, Terry, that since I can swim, why not put that gift to good use?
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Tell me a little bit more about the organization that you're working with to provide this water in Africa. Give us more detail on that, if you would, please.
I'd love to. We're working with a humanitarian organization called Water Wells for Africa, and also it was begun by a swimmer from St. Monica's High School. My older brother, Kurt Dahlin, who we hope to throw into the water for a leg of the Catalina race, by the way, Terry. Kurt has traveled to Malawi, Africa in 1994 and saw how the people there struggled by having to walk hours to a water source just for a single clean bucket of dirty and diseased water, and found that this lack of clean water has led to dysentery, cholera, and other waterborne illnesses that kill nearly 2.2 million children a year. And some estimate that that number could be up to 4 million. So that's, Terry, at the lower number, like 6,000 children each day. And he just wanted to find a way of doing something about it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and after kind of doing his exploration there, finding that Malawi, a country along the East Coast, Southern Africa, Sub-Saharan, was the most impoverished, poorest country in the world with the greatest suffering index. He installed this first well in 1996, and in the last 23 years has put in well over 300 wells and counting.
Amazing. And so this all was started by your brother, Kurt Dahlin, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
How much older is Kurt than you?
Kurt is, I don't know if I should say in the radio, but about 5 years plus. So that's going to put him, I think, somewhere between 68 and 69 this summer when we do the swim, Terry.
That's amazing. Very, very impressive. Yeah. Give me some more information here.
Well, I would have to, I'm not trying to knock any other organization that's bringing sustainable source of clean water to sub-Saharan Africa. Any of that type of work really is the gift of life. But, having some firsthand experience, I can tell you what sets Water Wells for Africa apart is the fact that they go into remote villages that lots of large agencies or even the government itself won't venture into because the perceived task is too great and what is beyond what they're willing to do to get there.
Interesting. Why is that? That the governments won't do that?
Well, again, the government does receive money for water, and they'll go along a major road, and sometimes those major roads are, a dirt road, but where villages are, and they'll put in a well for a photo op, and then they'll show, the UN or other agencies what they're doing with their money. But what sets Water Wells for Africa apart is that in the drilling season, they will go into inaccessible villages and build roads for the equipment to get there. And then by the time Water Wells for Africa gets there, when the wells are built for dedicating the wells, the people are so excited that they'll start singing songs in the native language, whether it's Yao or Chichewa, and they'll say, "We're the people that we thought the outside world forgot about," and they'll say, "The government forgot that we were here," and it's pretty amazing. It's unbelievable.
Well, Mark, I haven't touched base with you in a long time here, but it sounds like you have some firsthand experience in this whole process and not just your brother.
Yeah, so when Kurt first began this project, I was involved in the beginning. So I'm not involved in Water Wells for Africa, but I was involved in raising money for the first wells installed, and am happy to find out, actually went and visited the very first deep borehole well they installed some 26 years ago, and it's still providing this clean, sustainable source of water that these beautiful people have ever had. So it's exciting, Terry. I've had the chance to go into about 30 of these villages and experience this celebration of tears of joy that of just these people that feel like the outside world has neglected them or forgot about them or don't care about them. And
wow.
What's also neat, Terry, is through these years in association with Water Wells for Africa, Kurt's organization has developed these medical teams that come along into every one of these villages that do hygiene training, and it's phenomenal. It's unbelievable. I can't describe to you, the type of work they do.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm really glad that you reached out and you wanted to have this story told to the people. You can bet that I'm going to help in any way I can. If a person wanted to get involved and help in this project of providing water and saving lives, is there a way that they can participate just besides fundraiser or anything? And also tell me when this event would be and, anything you can fill in there.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for your effort in this. Obviously, you were right there, at the time when this dream came into being, right, when you were coaching at St. Monica's. But we're going to be swimming here on August 10th, which is really Friday night. We go to Catalina, jump off the island at about midnight, hit the shore Saturday morning. That would be August the 10th, in Cabrillo Beach in Long Beach. And so, Terry, we're looking for all kinds of things. We're looking for swimmers that may want to swim teams that may want to join us to raise some money. We're looking for corporate sponsors, and I think it fits well with what you're doing here in this corporate website project that you're working with, because it can highlight the generosity of, let's say, a dental office, chiropractic, a law firm that can be used to promote goodwill among customers, maybe even use their own media relations, of really being involved in something that is making a difference in the world, that, as I've already experienced with these wells that will go for 30 years, will reach an entire generation of children, girls, who will have an opportunity for the first time in their lives to attend school, because normally it's their task to walk with moms to get water, and sometimes that walk is 4 hours one way, Terry, and it is the impact is incredible. So we're looking for again, corporate sponsors that maybe want to sponsor a well in a village, and again, the one thing that I want to press in on is how this, I believe, is an opportunity to do something in a unified cause that bridges the gap in the first step, that could be the first kind of steps in start of healing here. And I'll tell you why, because, in the U.S., we've become so divided and so divisive as a culture that doing something together and unified cause, I believe, can begin to be the healing here in this culture. So,
yes. Well, Mark, can you give us like a couple, like a face? Do you have a Facebook page that they can go to? And I believe you have a GoFundMe site also that they can go to. Can you give us those websites, please?
Yeah, I'll give you those, Terry, and then I'll also give you my personal email and my personal phone number should someone want to reach me and ask any questions. Yeah.
Fantastic.
My Facebook page, which I started 3 years ago when I started back swimming in a pool, is facebook.com/waterislife fundraiser. So all those words together, Water is Life fundraiser. You'll find my Facebook page there. Our GoFundMe page through generosity.com is simply gofundme.com/swim for Africa. You'll find our a link there, a link on both of these pages.
Mark, let me ask you on that. Hold on. That Swim for Africa, is it swim-for-Africa or all one word together?
Oh, thank you for that. Yes, it is swim-for-Africa. And on the Facebook page, Terry, thank you for bringing that to my attention. That's all one word. It's Water is Life fundraiser, all one word. Facebook.com/waterislife fundraiser, and on GoFundMe it is /swim-for-Africa. And then, Terry, my goal in this is to raise enough money this year in putting ourselves out there at risk for 10 wells. And what that means from being, again, in Africa, in the villages, we could be reaching almost 10,000 lives. Wait for this. Every single day with clean water.
Well,
so
when you say 10 wells,
incredible.
Can you put that in a monetary amount that you're looking to raise?
I'm hoping to clear in this event $80,000. And so it cost $8,000 a well to put a deep borehole, clean water, sustainable well into each village.
Great. And now your contact information, if you would, for the audience.
So they can reach me at, again, my first initial M, last name Dahlin. So it's M Dahlin, DAHLIN, at EPIC, EPIC.edu. So mdahlin at epic.edu.
And your phone number?
My phone number is area code 916-607-9078. And Terry, should they choose to kind of even keep going online, doing some more search, they can find Water Wells for Africa at waterwellsforafrica.org, all one word.
Fantastic, Mark. Well, I wish I could be there in the event. I'm here hosting on South Carolina, and I know that it's going to be a fantastic. And who knows? I might show up anyway. But
I would love to have
Mark,
you there.
It's been a pleasure having you on the show. I wish you all the luck in the world. I will be putting this to my friends and surrounding business people. And yes, I think it is a good project for our listeners in Business Innovators Radio Network to get behind. Anytime we have a cause like this where we can come together and help needy people that are deserving and needing, I think it's a great cause. So, Mark, I want to thank you. And I definitely want you to touch base after the project, after the fundraising, and I want to make sure you get through that swim safely. Get back in touch with me.
Yeah, I'd love to. My wife wants me to get through safely too. So I'll follow up. And Terry, thank you so much for this opportunity of just spreading the word. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, God, that does it for this session of Business Innovators Radio Network. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's Terry Palma. Until next time. Be nice to everyone.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.